Can't wait to see this one. Of all the superstars on the roster, this guy is amongst the hardest working. That goes without saying.
Definitely shout out to Don Chaos. We know you got our back, and we got your back too, man. Denver, Colorado all day, brother. We're definitely going to hook up with you. Much love to Carnival Spirits for putting us on as well on this YouTube, man.
Shout out to you, Don Chaos, for, what is this episode, like 126 or something like that?
Yes, sir.
You've been putting in work, bro. Respect. Y'all doing some shit for the community, and the fam out there appreciate it. So just keep doing what y'all doing, you know what I mean?
Congrats to Don Chaos for 1,000 subscribers. Whoop, whoop.
Keep it going, man.
Congratulations, Don Chaos. Yes, keep it going, man. Good luck to you, fucking Don Chaos, and fucking hell yeah on your 1,000 fucking followers.
You know who it is. It's Ouija Mac, bitch. Shout out to Carnival Spirits. And fucking shout out to Don Chaos one time. You know what's going on.
This is my brother. Everyone, Don Chaos and Brother Lynch Hung here.
Yeah, and Carnival Spirits. What's up, man? Don Chaos. What's up? It's your boy Brother Lynch Hung. We out here tonight. Listen,
Fuego Flames and my nigga Don Chaos. What's going on, B? It's my brother right here. It's my boy. Excuse the laugh. Excuse the laugh.
Yo, what up, y'all? This is Don Chaos, and I'm with a very legendary man. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Hey, Sean. Yeah, we at the gathering, y'all.
podcast/radio show of the year. This one's always controversial. Coming in number one, we got Hours of Chaos with Don Chaos. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, there. Congratulations, man. Don Chaos, Hours of Chaos.
Yo, 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 yo. What is up, everyone? How is everyone on this Thursday evening? Of course, we are live. This is the Hours of Chaos podcast, episode 184. 184. We are, of course, on the official road to the 200th episode of the Hours of Chaos podcast. And yeah, you guys know the deal. Make sure you like, subscribe, thumbs up this stream. Make sure you peek the links down below for our guests tonight. Of course, tonight we are joined by Chuckklez for the first time on the show, as well as making his return to the Hours of Chaos podcast is GREs. Let me see a GRE in the chat. Grim Reality Entertainment's own Mistadoesha is making his return to the Hours of Chaos podcast. And both these dudes you can see performing at Gorefest this upcoming weekend. In case you don't know, this is the 16th annual Gorefest, and it is going down tomorrow, as well as Saturday, as well as Sunday. Again, if you are traveling from out of state in Colorado, you get in the event for absolutely free. As long as you have your out of state ID or military ID, you get in for free. Of course, both our guests are going to be performing there. So make sure you guys are like, subscribe. Make sure you're sharing this all over social media. Peek the links down below to our guests, as well as links down to the official Carnival Spirits web store, where you can get yourself some Dawn Chaos and Carnival Spirit swag. For those that are wondering where you can get yourself some official Carnival Spirits and Dawn Chaos stuff, there you go. Yeah. All right, let's catch up on the chat, y'all. Holy shit, we are almost at 17 views, y'all. I know y'all can do better than that. Mr. Dosha in the chat. Yeah. What is up? What is up, little ninja? What is up? Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out. I'm excited. What system do I play on? I just retro game. I like video games. I'm a PlayStation dude, but I'm also a Nintendo dude. Hell yeah. Damn, this chat is lit tonight. Let's see the official Dawn Chaos emojis, y'all. They're the emojis right there. They're the first three things you see. Hell yeah. What is the preferred clothing for? This is your first Gore Fest? Well, you're in for a treat. Just wear whatever you want. It's an indoor venue. Obviously, wear shorts if it's going to be warm in Denver. You know. So, please wear whatever you want. It's Gore Fest. Again, it's the 16th annual Gore Fest, which means Gore Fest has been going on for 16 years, y'all. Now, Gore Fest has been going for so long, and it's always been great to see Gore Fest evolve to what it is, because this is literally an also event that pertains to the wicked shit and horrorcore genre and the underground, and where they'll have like headliners we're having this year for Gore Fest are Lex the Hexmaster. We're having headlining. We're having Light headlining one night, and then the other night Twisted Insane is headlining. Respect, unite, support, as the hashtag in the description of this says, underground unity. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring one of our guests on the show. I'm going to go ahead and send the link to one of them, and then of course we will have them both on. Again, this is Chuckle's first time on the show, and Mr. Dosha, this is him making his return to the show. Like, we have been on a roll lately. Like, you have no idea. We've just been on a roll lately. All right, the link is sent to our first guest, and then we will ask him some questions, delve into his history, and then we will have, of course, both guests on here. Again, you can catch both Chuckklez and Mistadoesha performing this weekend at Gorefest. The 16th annual Gorefest. It's actually been raining down here in Florida. It's supposed to be raining the next few days. Of course, after this stream, me and the missus, we are going to watch the new Thor, Love and Thunder, because now it's on Disney Plus. So we will be watching the new Thor, Love and Thunder immediately after this stream. Because I haven't seen it yet. Y'all know me. I'm a very big Marvel buff. I'm a very big Marvel nerd, especially when it comes to the Marvel MCU. I need to catch up on She-Hulk. I only watched the first episode, and I really liked it. I really thought it was funny. Yeah, the link is sent to our first guest. And I will send the link also to our other guests as well for the night. So let me go ahead and send the link to them. All right, we're back. All right, y'all, we have our first guest waiting in the green room.
What up, what up, what up, Don Chaos. Oh, look, they spelled my name wrong. Oh, my name is Mistadoesha, not Miss Ya.
Hell yeah, welcome back to the show, man.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh, shit. And as promised, y'all, we have two guests tonight.
Hey, what it do, y'all? What it do?
What up, Chuckles?
What it do, Doesha? How you doing, brother?
I'm chilling, bro. Just got my name wrong on here, but it's all great. I ain't tripping, pimping. Everybody knowing Mistadoesha. You feel me? GRE, baby, all day, every day.
You know the dude. You know my brother right here, Mr. Doja. In case y'all don't know, it's your boy Chuckles here in the building with y'all. I'm fucking excited, man.
Oh yeah, welcome to the show, man. This is your first time on the show.
Yes, sir. It's an honor, man.
Hold on, let me go and fix that right quick. There we go.
Are you both getting pumped for Gorefest?
Fuck yeah, I'm fucking stoked.
Yeah, I'm so fucking excited, bro. This is my second one, so yeah, I'm hyped.
This will be my 5th time in a row and my 6th time coming back to Denver so far. So I'm always so fucking pumped to come back to the Roxy, man.
Yes. Great venue. Denver's a great city.
Hey, a little correction on what you was telling people in the chat, Don. It's actually supposed to be cooler this weekend than it's been in Denver.
Well, that's good.
And it's supposed to rain Saturday, so y'all just prepare for that. It's supposed to be like, a little chilly. So it's hot as shit out here in California right now. Chuckles know me. Up north, I know it's hot.
Bro, it's about 101 fucking degrees up here in San Jose, bro. It's ridiculous so far. We got this heat wave that's been hitting us like this past week, and it's no joke.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready for fall.
I'm ready for winter.
I'm ready for fall and winter, so I can wear a long sleeve again. And hoodies.
Here, I like, because especially down here in Florida, I can wear shorts all year round. I can still wear a hoodie and shorts even when it cools off.
Y'all live like a below water temperature, right? So it's always cool at the same time, even through summer.
Oh yeah.
Well, Don, you're in Florida, right?
Yeah, I just moved down here in May.
Oh, that's the home of humidity right there, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, but surprisingly, it hasn't been too bad down here, luckily. I thought I wouldn't like it, but it's actually tolerable. It's not that bad.
That's because we got all the humidity out here right now.
Yep.
Oh, full out.
Man, it's crazy.
Fucking summer. We're almost there until fall, y'all. Next month, it's gonna be back to fall. I'm so happy about that.
Exactly.
Hell yeah. Well, Mistadoesha, what have you been up to since we last had you on the show? What can people be expecting from you?
Let's see. Well, what I've been up to, we went on tour earlier this year. GRE went on tour. We hit 9 cities, 7 states. Yeah, it was that was a good time. So it was me, Beast Mode Wars against JP, and Sly, Spec One, I know Caprice, White Noise, 6 Nick 6. Young Alucard did do a couple of shows with us. Phoenix and Zodiac toured up in Arizona when we hit there. Shout out to Three Kings from New Mexico. It was an amazing time. I hope I'm not forgetting nobody. I don't think I'm forgetting anybody. Shout out to Shy. She was with us the whole tour. I just released a single, and I know, a lot of people in the underground are used to that murder, murder, kill, kill, which me and Chuckles.
Yes, sir. We got Bang coming out very soon called Class A Homicide, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah. But I released a song called A Father's Love, dedicated to my kids, who are my inspiration and the reason why I continue to do music. So
hell yeah.
Check this shit out on all streaming platforms. Like I said, it's dedicated to my kids from my heart. And then we're going to get back to the murder and killing. Like Chuckles was saying, Class A Homicide is coming. That motherfucker's some gritty, grimy, gore, horror, man. I can't wait for y'all to hear that shit.
Oh, it's going to be an orgasm for your ears.
A music video.
I would, you know what? I don't have a problem coming up north if we have to get it down like that, Chuckles.
Dude, I'm all for it, bro. I can help Dopey. We can get that settled, man.
I'm with it. So what else I got going on? We got next week, next Friday, Leak Your Shit. It's me, JP, Spec One, and Lex the Hex Master. That's coming out next week. So shout out to all them dudes. I got some other stuff coming in the pipeline. I can't really, delve into it till it's finalized yet. But it's only September. So we got 3.5 more months left in the year?
At least.
So it's a lot more music coming in them 3.5 months. Shout out to Spec One. His album drops at midnight, Reanimated. Uncle Phoenix single, Me, Him, and 6 Nick 6. Number 1 drops Saturday while we're at Gore Fest. The Beast Mode Warriors album is coming. Man, it's so much shit going on, man. We've been busy. We've been busy. Also, recently before A Father's Love, I dropped a single with my boy Trip Nasty and Philosophy. You Don't Want None. That's that gritty gore hop shit.
That was hard. Straight hard shit right there.
Chuckles got to give you love, bro. You and our boy just dropped that shit, man.
Yes, sir.
That shit, man. So
speaking of Spec One, there he is.
Hey, Spec One, what you do, Brody?
My bro right there, man.
Hell yeah, that was a dope interview that I had with him last week.
Yeah, I jumped in that shit hella late, bro. But that shit was you guys did a hell of an interview last week, and that shit was really entertaining. So.
Hell yeah. And what we're going to do this week, we're going to change it up. Mistadoesha is going to be kind of like my co-host, since this is your first time on the show, Chuckles. We're both going to interview you and ask you questions.
Okay.
I'm for it. I'm ready.
So Dosha, you can do the honor of asking the first question. You know what we do when we ask the questions? We just delve into their history and whatnot.
Yeah. So Chuckles, my brother,
What it do?
where'd the name come from, and how long you've been doing this underground shit?
All right, so far for music wise, I've been doing this for like 17 plus years, man. It's just been started off at the age of 14. And the name itself is actually a funny story, which kind of a dark story when you think about it. It actually came from a fight, actually, when I was hell little. I had this like fight with this one bully who always fucked with me when I was a kid, and just to the point I got to that snap rage when when you beat a motherfucker up, you just like black out and shit. And what I've heard, I was like laughing in his face while I was just beating his ass and shit like that until one of his boys had pulled me up and said, "Yo, Chuckles, all right, that's fucking enough." And that's immediately how I got it right ever since.
I love it. I love it. That's the dopest origin story I've heard.
Yeah, man. It's like, it's funny when you think about it, how violence can be inspirational to get you a funny name at the end of it.
That's kind of like how my name came up. It came up as something negative, but I turned into something positive.
Exactly. Always turn negative to a positive. That's what's the fun about it. You know what I mean?
Yes,
and I've been rocking with it for so long, you know what I mean? And just trying to create something more like that dark, aggressive, like evil shit, who I call it, basically, because everything what comes out from my side, from like the sad and negative, I always put it to pen and paper to like therapeutic wise, to like get all that rage out. So when you hear me screaming and going nuts and everything, that's like therapeutic to me. Wow, I release that shit, you know what I mean? And that's how it goes.
Keep it a whole 100 with you. That's the reason why I enjoy doing the darker shit. Because you can put on pen and paper and through music something you may not physically do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I might not, I might not want to drink nobody blood for real. You know what I'm saying?
But you never know. It might come around that path, but you never know.
Hey, if it happens, it happens. But I can talk about it as much as I want to.
Yeah.
You feel me? So some of the shit is real, some of the shit is, what I'm saying, fantasy, but at the same time, the darkest shit in the world can touch somebody and they can be feeling the way that you feeling to get that aggression out of themselves instead of harming themselves or hurting somebody else. They get that aggression out from listening to our music. So that's what I dig about this underground shit, man.
Hell yeah. And it's very surprising too. It's like, especially when people reach out to us and when they listen to our music, when they listen to that darker music, they actually reach out and say, "Bro, even though this is like crazy as fuck, but for some reason I can relate to that because I can feel the rage that you put into this, or the feeling kind of relates how I'm going through." And it's very blessing in a certain way that our music that we create can really help somebody else's life, like to the better, you know what I mean? From the negative, what they're going through, and we just release that shit for them, and it just come out positive at the end. I really love it, man.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. And Chuckles, where are you based out of?
I'm born and raised here in the Bay Area of San Jose, California.
That's where my lady's from.
Hey, that's what's up, man. And also, shout out to Kung Fu Vampire, too. Born and raised here, too, man. Gotta give love to the homie, man.
Yeah, Kung Fu is dope.
That's funny. We're all three from the West Coast. I'm originally from Colorado, and then you're both based in Cali.
Yes, sir. Gotta rep that West Coast shit, man.
Yes, sir.
And now I'll ask with the question, Chuckles. If you can remember, what's the first song that you remember that like made you fall in love with music, that like grasped your attention, that you were like, "What is this?"
I'll say like back when I was like 14 in middle school, like around 2006. I used to like, basically when I used to grow up, I always listened to like old school, like gangster rap music. Then I would listen to classical music, you know what I mean? From my dad's CD collection, which sometimes I would steal out of his van and go into my room and just pop some music wherever it pops up. Until one day, one of my boys introduced me to the CD, and this half of my friends will always listen to like metal music or darker music. So they sent me this CD from Esham, basically, Kill the Fetus. And
classic album.
Yeah, classic straight wicked shit right there. And that was the rabbit hole that pretty much led me into the whole like horrorcore scene basically in general. Because every song off of that album was like a horror story, like when you listen to the ears and it kind of scares the fuck out of you because it's so dark. And I was like, bro, is this even fucking legal? Can you even say this type of shit? And then eventually, like that, Headhunter was the main one with him, the mastermind, and that was legit the key to right there where I said, bro, I want to get into this type of shit. But let me do my own style. But dude, this shit's fucking fire. I like this type of shit, and it was so different, so scary, and that's what how it started since then.
Hell yeah. With me, it's with Esham, my always top 2 albums, it's always a toss between Kill the Fetus or Closed Casket.
Closed Casket, yeah, that's a dark one too. That's a straight classic right there.
Hell yeah. And that was like the first song you remember hearing that grasped your attention on anything, right?
Oh, straight up. It's like that was like it where I was like I kind of like blocked off the original music I would listen to and everything, and I just like went straight to like darker music or metal music. I've always been like, to me, I've always been all into music. When it comes to like country music, I think the only people I would listen to was Jelly Roll, you know what I mean? Because he's killing it so far.
Yes.
And when it comes to like classical music, I love Cab Calloway. I love, Ray Charles, all that good, like Fitzgerald style, you know what I mean? It's always been perfect. Whatever inspires me, like the flow and music wise to it, I grasp it and try to make it my own style, including with Shy Ones too. He's the main, also another inspiration where it got me to sing and rap fast in my lyrics, you know what I mean? Because his style was so potent, it was very different, you know what I mean? So always be inspired by different music wherever I get put my ears to, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah. All right, Dosha, you're next with the next question.
Same question?
Whoa, you're next to ask.
Oh, my next question for him. My bad. I thought that was me. I forgot I'm not an interviewee.
You're the second host. You're the second host for the job.
Okay. Being that this is your 5th Gorefest, what's different in your stage performance now than it was the first time you got on stage?
I'll say what made it the difference for this is more performance wise. If you ever come out to Denver, Colorado, the altitude is so different compared to like West Coast. Like you guys are up in the mountains where the air is so thin. I remember the first time I performed was in Gorefest 12, and the first time I got on the stage, I was already huffing and puffing throughout my first song. And I was like, holy shit, why am I already breathing this hard? And I just got started, you know what I mean? It's so different wise. But I feel like the more I got used to it, the more I kept coming back, the more it just evolved my tolerance to it, you know what I mean? And it just was perfect. And just the energy from everybody just shows love there. It just brings a whole lot of new interest in me, you know what I mean? I love it.
Yeah. And it's funny you mentioned that, the whole breathing thing. So when I did last year at Gorefest was my first time on stage in 25 years. But this is the funny thing. I got off the plane, got my rental car, went to the hotel, checked in, went straight to the arena and got right on stage. I didn't have time to figure out how to breathe in Colorado.
Yeah, it is so different, bro. And when you learn that shit, it's like, oh my god, it's like, can I even breathe anymore or not?
Exactly. They would say, just keep drinking water, It helped. I got through it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that was the best thing. I'm glad that was my introduction back on the stage. You know what I'm saying? Gorefest is an amazing thing, bro. I'm just like, I'm so fucking hyped. I've been waiting for this shit since last year.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's something I've always liked about Gorefest. It's truly dedicated to the underground and like the scene that we all know and love. And it's hard to believe it's been going strong for 16 years.
Yeah. And it's not even just the performing part, man. I'm looking forward to all the acts. I'm a fan. You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
Everybody there. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody else perform.
Well, you guys are in for
first time seeing a small one perform.
Lex kills it live. Light is live. Twisted Insane is dope live. Holy shit.
Hell yeah.
I've seen
and the
Lex live
Sinister
before.
coming back too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've seen a lot of them. I've seen either from prior Gore Fest or just from other shows and stuff that I've been through or been to, I should say. But it's a certain people I haven't seen yet that's performing. I'm just so freaking excited, bro.
I believe the one
Yeah,
last year, I believe Esham and Mastermind were headlining one night.
Yeah.
yeah. That's Mastermind was on a Saturday, and then Ishan was the last one. Both of them were fire. It's like childhood all over again when you get to see your heroes do your thing. It's amazing, man.
Oh yeah, it is. Or when Esham compliments you on stuff, like I remember one year he seen my Adidas, and I was wearing these purple Adidas, and they look like some Run DMC Adidas. He's like, dude.
That's fire, man. And one thing about Gorefest too is it gets better every year, and you see a lot new people come in from different states or from Colorado itself, and just doing their thing and bringing that energy than anything you ever seen before. It's always fun. Like Mr. Dosha said, I'm always a huge fan just seeing everybody just do their thing on stage. It's awesome.
And it's a good way to check out new artists, for people you never heard of. My dude's actually Reckless Intent. They're performing also, so you guys can expect a good show from them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then
they're from Minnesota.
From Denver.
Hey, Lilith.
Lilith, dude, that she is dope. I'm looking forward to seeing her perform, man.
Oh, yeah. She's a great performer. She has a beautiful voice, too, in her music. She
Well,
grinds so hard,
alert,
and I'm proud of how she's gotten going.
To be on the show sometime.
We'll say that again, Don. I'm sorry.
Oh, I said spoiler alert. We do have her planned to be on the show sometime.
Oh, hey, that's what's up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm so proud of her too, man. Because she's a grinder in the game, and she's working her ass off farther and farther up, and she's evolved so much. It's awesome, man.
Exactly, yes, sir.
And
see, that's another thing I love about the underground scene, bro. It's of course, you have your, people that hate on other people, and this, that, and the other, the bickering and shit. And I know it's a lot of beef between crews, but for the most part, everybody fucks with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
That's why the hashtag underground unity, y'all.
Exactly. So it may not be on a song together, it may be as a fan or as just a supporter. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got everybody back. I want to see, Chuckles. I love, his just the way he set up his merch table. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, you know what I'm saying?
Like
then,
watch and learn, basically.
Yeah, and just like Scum.
Oh yeah.
Walks through the crowd, shakes hands, kisses babies. You know what I'm saying? Takes pictures, and that shit right there. And for him to be who he is and still do that shit, I'm like, his head ain't too big. He didn't get a big head.
Exactly. You know what I mean? It's all love.
I love that shit.
And especially with the merch game too. And I always want to be interested in everybody's grind because the merch always comes out good. Because when I got my shit going, I got inspired by Illuminati. Because for the first time I performed with him, he had a whole deck of merch from CDs to T-shirts. He had a skateboard deck on sale. He had jewelry going down. It's it just made me want to. Inspires me to do the same for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I love how we just all work together to what we can create together. You know what I mean? To build ourselves up even more. You know what I mean? Unity wise.
Exactly. Hell yeah.
And I've learned a lot from Scum and Psycho. When those dudes give you a lecture, you better listen because those dudes have given me so many advice on so much stuff.
True with that, especially IP and Scum, and they're the OGs that keep this game going. You know what I mean? I love them every day for that, man.
And it's funny about with Psycho. I mean, he's from Cali, so just back in the day, hearing who he was and not putting a name to the face, and then finally years later putting a name to the face, and this is the same motherfucking dude, bro.
Right? Exactly.
I'm having a conversation with this cat. We cool, and that's my boy. That shit is crazy, man. That shit is really crazy.
And that's what I've always explained to people. I'm like we're in the Midwest and the East Coast, they had Esham, but on the West Coast, we had Insane Poetry and Brother Lynch Hung and shit.
True that, man. It's and it's crazy too when we do the same thing in music and we finally get to reach them to their level and meet them in person. They're the most humblest people you'll ever meet, man. it's crazy, like a dream come true when you keep doing your thing. It's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, I got a funny story. So, of course, everybody knows and loves Tech Nine. So, the way I was introduced to Tech Nine, he had this song called "Questions" on one of the Death Row soundtracks back in the day. And that song was so different than anything else on the album. I took my time and learned it word for word. And I'll be in a car, just, you know what I'm saying, it's doing it, and people's like, what the hell is he saying? And I have to break it down to him what he's saying. You have to pay attention, but that I'm that type of art fan. So you put out a song, I'm gonna listen to the whole song, but I'm listening to what you're saying before I'm listening to everything else, and then I put everything else together, and then I can enjoy the song. But you got artists that start talking about shit, and I'm just like, the song is dope, but
what is you know what I'm saying? About? Yeah,
really, you know, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a subject matter. It can be some gory shit. But if it doesn't, you know what I'm saying, have a beginning, middle, and end, I'm like, all right. You know?
Exactly. Like that's what I would listen to with certain artists too. I always go listen to the lyrics first. Like, okay, what's this song about? What's the meaning? Is there a story to it? Especially with like same thing with Tech Nine too. Even though he chops like hella fast, but it's like you have to really pay attention to understand. You know what I mean? And that's what makes music good. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you get artists like will go straight off topic to the point they don't even know what they're fucking saying, to the point they're just selling it out. It's like, dude, I can't fuck with it. Even if they have a nice beat to it, I was like, man, I can hear somebody else do that type of shit with a nice beat, you know?
Just give me the instrumental and call it a day.
Exactly. Straight up, exactly.
I like when artists are diverse, like Tech Nine. He can do a straight gangster song. He can do a straight hip hop song. He can sing. He could do a gospel type song. He could do a straight metal song.
Yeah, and especially he worked with metal artists like Jonathan Davis, you know what I mean, Corey Taylor, and everybody and that's the first time too you ever see type of artists, like especially with metal too, to collaborate. You know what I mean? It's very rare often you see that, except like when you see in like Linkin Park and Jay-Z did back in the day. You know what I mean? Yeah. I like how everything like they group together to make shit fresh like that.
And I like when artists from two different genres can come together and make music. Like everyone remembers the stuff that Korn and Ice Cube did back in the day. Holy shit.
That shit was fire too. Straight hella fire.
Public
Enemy did the same everyone thing. Mentions this, but Walk This Way, Aerosmith, and Run DMC.
Yes. That shit is a classic.
So now here's a question for both of you. Since you both have performed in Denver, what are some of your guys' favorite Mexican restaurants or spots in Denver to eat at?
I can't even answer that because I haven't eaten in
Denver. I remember this one spot. I can't remember the title. This was like years back before I even got. This was my first trip to Denver. Me and my dad went out there because he's a huge Denver Broncos fan. And so we were downtown, and there was this like Mexican joint. It kind of looks like a yellow house, like in the middle of the street of the downtown. I just forgot what it was called though, but it was so good. It had a good lengua tacos there and everything. It was fucking bomb.
Well, like I said, when I had the first time I was in Denver, I flew in, got on stage, went to sleep, flew out. So I didn't eat.
Oh, you didn't eat nothing? You just like
go to some good Mexican restaurants.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. So the next time we have this conversation, I'm gonna have an answer for you, because my boy Zodiac lived in Denver, and he's some spots that he's telling us about that we got to hit up. So I'm gonna actually have an answer for you next time we talk.
And there's also, I heard there's a good Jamaican jerkin chicken place down there.
I love Jamaican food.
Ooh, I love Jamaican food.
Anything spicy. Speaking of spicy, while we're at Gorefest, we're doing another hot sauce challenge.
Oh, shit.
My brother Chuckklez will be in attendance.
Oh, yeah. And to top it off, it's going to be on a Saturday, so both my mouth and my asshole won't be on fire by the time we get on stage.
Well, if y'all want to get really entertainment, post that.
There's going to be real screens.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, we got that going, man. So like I said, it's Gorefest is not just a show, man. It's an experience. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole experience, man. I'm looking forward to just spending time with the people who coming to see the show. You know what I'm saying? I want to take as many pictures as possible. You know, I'm bringing the last few Book of Doja CDs I got. I want to sign them for y'all if y'all want them. You know what I'm saying? So It's gonna be a good time. I'm buying merch. Chuckles 2X. That's all I'm saying. Anyway,
I got you, bro.
So I'm going to perform because we performing tomorrow night. But I'm staying as a fan. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing my boy Chuckles perform. I'm looking forward to seeing Lilith. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody who there, man. This shit is just like, I'm excited for the show.
Exactly,
you know,
man.
I'm blessed to be a part of it, but I'm excited to be there in general.
True that, man. I'm excited too, bro. It's like, and I thank Scum every day for putting this down because he deserves the most credit for putting this down for years, man. And it just comes out perfect as planned, and it just makes me be as a fan too to watch everybody do their thing. And I'm excited for y'all set, the whole Grim Reality set. Y'all gonna fucking tear that shit down, man.
Deep. We gonna be deep. Yes, sir. That shit gonna be, man. I can't. That's what I asked you before we got on, man. That's what I was doing. Still trying to make sure I got my shit crispy. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Gotta give the best show that we can give, man.
So if you guys want to give Mr. Dosha anything after his set, it's gonna wait till after the set. Then
y'all can throw shirts on stage if y'all want to. I'm not paying you for them, but I'll accept them.
If y'all got free weed at the show or you want some merch, get at me for sure, dude.
Oh, you can guarantee if I was there, I would definitely be smoking with you.
Man. Yes, sir, man. Got it. For free edibles, I'm all about that shit. So.
And what are your guys' favorite spots, like in Denver, like Chuckles? What's your favorite like weed store you recommend that people go to?
Favorite weed spot. There's one dispensary I went. It's actually a block down from the Roxy. That place has some good ass spots too. And I think last year too, me and Sinrip and the homies actually went to Cookies down in Colorado too, and they had some things stuff over there too.
There was a spot that a couple of us went to last year. I can't remember the name of it, but it's right there by the Roxy. It might be the same spot you talking about, Chuckles.
Yeah, that one dispensary. Like, it's just like if you had to give him like ID and it has like this black door, look like it's all serious.
Yeah,
and shit. Like,
that's the same spot.
That's the spot.
The same spot.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that damn name of the dispensary. But if y'all living in Denver, definitely check out that spot.
I think it's called Denver Kush Club or something.
Yeah, that's the one. That is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely the spot.
And then Chuckles, what are some of your like influences as far as like music wise?
Influence wise, I would say like those who inspire me, I would have to say Isham, Nodis, Shy One. I would have to say Donnie Menace is one of them because he's putting it down from like battle rap wise and doing his thing too in music. And anybody that gives you that real vibes too, what really inspires me to do that. You know what I mean? Class 2 is one of them too because he brings that energy and hype to his music to the point it's just like I want to do that same aggressive too. Because anything that inspires me to prove myself more as an artist myself too, I just adapt to it. You know what I mean? And just create what I can create. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, Dosha, you're up with the next question.
All right, Mr. Chuckles. You mentioned earlier that you also sing, and then some of the people that inspired you to do that or whatnot. What artists would you want to do a song, like a collaborative song with, that involves like the singing aspect and then the horror rap aspect?
Oh man, that's a good question. When it comes to singing wise, like adapt to that one, I'll say for sure Shy One. His music is beautiful, like from the dark style to it. And singing wise too, I'll have to say Jelly Roll on the list too, because he has a beautiful voice, what he does in country music. And if I had to say a third person, I have to say like Smalls One, because she can sing. Like Smalls One can sing her ass off in certain songs, and that opera sound to it, it's perfect, man. And HP the Grizzly is perfect too, man. She's killing it with her style.
Yeah, I miss Gino. He had a good singing voice too.
Gino too, man. If there was a way if someone could bring back Gino from the grave, resurrect him back, I would love to do another song with Gino because he was such a he was another inspiration too because it's more than just like horror. What Dark Half did together, it was some shit that brings you out of depression and brings you out like what you're going through. I'm also sharing that same too. We could just like listen to this and just bring ourselves together type feel. And Gino was like that, like truly, man.
That's what Bone Thugs did back in the day. Yeah, they had that grimy dark shit, but then they had the harmony and the singing and shit.
Oh yeah. And I love how they mix that style too with the harmony and chopper style too. And they can sing too, man. It's like whatever you can inspire and bring that shit to what builds up inside you and bring it to the light, what's going down with you personally, it's crazy like that. You know what I mean? DMX too was another inspiration.
Oh yeah, that dude could sing.
Definitely, man. And he was very poetic. And that's what he said too when he first started doing rap music, he was doing poems before he got into the rap game. You know what I mean? It was perfect. And each lyric and each song you ever hear from him was something that you could hear from like a poem style to it. And that's how genius he was.
Well, rapping is a form of poetry. People don't know that.
True that. You know what I mean?
That's just like I know. Well, if anybody pays attention, a lot of the music that I do, storytelling. You know what I'm saying? The Book of Doja was a story. The first verse was like pretty much a story of the first, album that I put out. The second verse was, from that point forward. So storytelling is a major part of music. That's why I'm saying when you listen to artists and they're not telling a story, then you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, what am I listening to?
Exactly.
And I love storytelling rap.
Always gotta bring meaning to it, like a story, you know what I mean? Like Mr. Dosha said, man.
That's why Violent J's always been like one of my other like top storytellers in rap.
Oh yeah, he's a great story, and he's great at telling stories and songs, especially from his classics and to this day, man. He brings that poetic style to it.
And what was the first song you heard by Ice-P? What grasped your attention on them?
I'll have to say Hocus Pocus, like immediately after that. That was the first song. Actually came from the Backyard Wrestling Don't Try This at Home game. Really very much adapted to that song in general, man. That was what brought me into the whole thing. But I actually got into them way back when they were in WWF as the Oddities, and I didn't know they were rappers at the time. And I was like, oh shit, these guys are fucking cool, man.
Yeah,
I thought they were a wrestling team.
Yeah.
And then kids started talking about them at school. I'm like, oh, wait, they're a group? And then when I heard Faygo, I'm like, I can't drink that. It's like probably alcohol. And then I'm like, oh, it's soda.
Yeah. And it's like, and it's crazy too. The moment you get into their music, it's addictive. You know what I mean? That's how they draw like a big cult following that they have today. Their music and style that they put into it, it makes you want more and more to it. You know what I mean?
And I don't even think they would imagine like the scene would have been as big as it is and stuff.
True, man. And it gets crazier, man. It's like every year they're just adapting and more. And it's like I said, it's like they have like the Juggalos by far is like the biggest cult following, most loyalist people in the world to this day. Especially how many gatherings that they put out for them for each year. It's insane.
Dude, to be honest, I've heard the term Juggalo for years and never knew what it was until I got in the underground scene. And I was like, oh, okay. And the tattoo, the Axeman, I've seen it on so many people. You know what I'm saying? For years. And, it's like now I'm asking every time I see one of them, whoop, whoop, you know what I'm saying?
Chuckles, what was your first gathering, Chuckles, if you can remember?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have not been to my first gathering, but hopefully next year for sure, you'll definitely see me at the gathering. I've been trying so hard to get out there.
Yeah, my plan as well.
Yeah, because I've heard so many stories, man.
I didn't feel old until I went to the gathering last year and seen Vanilla Ice perform. I'm like, now I feel fucking old.
It was like I wish I could have went this year because like KRS-One is my favorite rapper.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Slick Rick is second place, and then both of them were there, and I was like, and then Onyx is one of my favorite rap groups, and I'm just like,
yes,
you know.
Yeah,
And
hopefully
I
next year it'll be our chance for sure.
Yeah, man, that's you know, and I already talked to my wife. I was like, hey,
it's a good time, trust me.
You know. And then what was the interview you had with Spec One when you guys were talking about going to an ICP concert and bottles of Fago getting thrown at people and shit like that? Yeah, that's why I stand. I'm a wall. I stand and watch. Oh shit! Oh shit!
It's fun, man. I think the first show I ever been to for ICP, I think it was the Bang Pow Boom Tour back in 2009 in San Francisco.
Their stage setup for that was dope.
It was so perfect. It was amazing too, man. I seen Fago being splashed everywhere. I saw somebody got hit in the face with a big ass like 2-liter bottle, like fully loaded with Fago in the face. And I was up in the balcony. For some reason, they launched that shit like it was a fucking rocket, and it just sprayed right up and hit somebody in the face. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, I have so many good memories of shows. Like one time during that actual tour, I was like second, third row, and Shaggy was like acknowledged me in the crowd because he saw how live I was getting, and he just sprays the whole shit on me, and he's like, "Yeah,
damn."
And that's one thing I've always told people. Like I've taken my mom to a show, and she's like, "Now I see why you like them because their stage presence is just so good."
Do that. The two shows I saw, I actually took my dad to one of the shows too, and he actually enjoyed like the hell out of it. Like he really loved it.
Yeah, that's what when I told my dad, like when I really got into, you know, the underground, and then when I got with GRE, and then my dad was like kind of watching some. I'm showing him the YouTube videos of different artists, you know, JP and them and all this, and then Insane Clown Posse video popped up, and my dad was like, "Hey, those are the wrestler guys." I was like, "They're rappers, Dad. They're not wrestlers. They're wrestlers." But because he remembered, like my dad is a diehard wrestling fan, so as soon as he saw him, he was like, "Hey, I remember those guys. They're wrestlers."
That's awesome, man.
The first wrestlers that ever got me into wrestling, I can always remember it clearly. It was either Undertaker or definitely Razor Ramon. Rest in peace.
Razor Ramon, man, he's a legend, man. God bless his soul, man.
Yep.
Yeah, I have to say, yeah, Undertaker's on the list. The Rock, Stone Cold, and I'll say Mick Foley too are my top favorites out of all of them. I grew up in the Attitude Era, so that was the favorite era right there.
I'm a little older than you, so Attitude Era is still the best, though. I'll give it up. The Attitude Era was the shit, though.
And as far as wrestling stables, I would have to go with I love NWO, and I love the old school Four Horsemen days with Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that was a classic group, man. Gotta add those to the list. I'll say that, and D-Generation X has to be on that list, or the Rock's group, Nation of Domination.
Yes, Domination, yes, sir.
It was perfect, man.
Booker T, in my opinion, is a very underrated wrestler.
Yeah.
Oh, true that, man. Especially when he in the WCW era, he was like to me personally, was like their Rock. In the company.
I'm saying his interviews were non-scripted.
Mm-hmm.
He just goes off the top.
Off the top.
He will go off the cuff on a tangent and then catch himself and then get back. But yeah.
We saw that infamous video we called Hulk Hogan nigga on stage.
Yeah, and then you can see his face. He's like, "Oh shit."
He knew he fucked up. That's why he was like, "Oh shit, I got damn."
Speaking of that, Hogan actually doesn't live far from him. You'd be surprised how many wrestlers actually live down here in Florida.
Oh, I bet.
That's where most of the training facilities are in Florida, right?
Well, yeah, and that's actually where their WWE's Performance Center is.
Yeah, they're down in Florida too. Like I think AEW's also has a thing down in Florida as well.
Well, yeah, and the guy that owns AEW is the guy that owns part of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Fucking Tony Khan.
Yeah.
Another underrated wrestler is Cody Rhodes. His dad would be proud.
Yo, yeah, Cody's been killing it, man.
Yeah, Cody is my dude, man. I like the way what he did, and the reason for him leaving was like, you're not going to turn me into my brother.
True, man. And that was
People
good,
were
man.
worried WWE wasn't going to use him good anymore, but ever since he's came back, they've been using him good.
That's because Triple H is running things. He's making some great decisions with the wrestling now, man.
True that, man. And he's been doing great. I feel like it's like when Vince was in charge, and we got to give Vince respect to what credit deserves. But at this year, I feel like his creativity with certain wrestlers was not as he doesn't know how to make a superstar anymore. So when Triple H got in charge, he's making stars we want to be as stars to that level where we finally need it. You know what I mean? It's starting to become now more enjoyable.
That's
that
why
way.
NXT became so successful because of Triple H.
Yeah.
True that. And you got greats like Rhea Ripley's killing it. You got Ricochet, who went from NXT. Now he's back to NXT now, and he's killing it too, man.
Well, NXT is a big name in it now. It's not just a little under, the little brother of WWE. NXT is big now.
Yeah, now they
went to another show. It's like a third show.
Yeah. When they reached the 2.0, that was like a main show, you know what I mean? It's not like the indies that we remember from the past, you know what I mean? They adapted so much.
And that was cool because when you would see NXT, it felt like the vibe of an indie show.
Oh, straight up. And that's what Triple H made it perfect too. When you had these new upcomers from either from their training facility or those actually come from the indies, they let them do their movesets, they let them do what they wanted to do to give a great performances. And he said, if I want to see you in the main roster, we'll sign you up and everything. We'll see what you can do. And it's perfect.
And the women's division.
Yes.
Yeah.
They got beast in the women's division.
They've been adapting. Yeah, the women's division too, they've been killing it more than the men's, in my opinion.
Yeah, me too.
Like Charlotte Flair, her dad would be proud. She can wrestle.
Oh yeah, and she's killing it.
Now
Man.
that they took the reins off of her because they had her like where they wouldn't let her do that. She was just supposed to be pretty.
Mm-hmm.
But now she can act. They letting her fight. Yeah. Look who her dad is.
Exactly.
Exactly. Look who her dad is. She had him a choice. That's just like Tamina and them. Look who their lineage is. They come from a long line of great Samoan wrestlers. So
true that. And it's like it's crazy too about this about WWE. It's from like generation after generation, from sons to daughters coming to the company that their family's been going to, and how they can show themselves in the ring. It's crazy too. Like especially with Natalia with the Hart's family, she's putting it down for their family too, and Cody with the Rhodes and everything.
The Hart Foundation was my favorite tag team back in the day.
Yes.
Man.
Oh yes.
I've been watching a lot of that Dark Side of the Ring series. That is so good.
Dude, I think some fucked up stories.
But it's very depressing at the same time. I'm like, oh my God.
This is how it really happened behind the locker room? I think the craziest one I've seen so far was the XPW episode. That was by far some crazy fucked up shit. Like the dude who made the company was Rob Black, who also did like porn too, and he had adapters too. If I was gonna help film wrestling, I also had to help him with his porn industry too. And it was and he did some fucked up shit to those girls, man. It was like disgusting. Ugh.
Yeah, that dude's a scumbag.
Fuck that guy. Oh god, never again with that episode. That scarred me for real. And the thing is, I love deathmatch wrestling a lot, especially with the shows I go to San Jose called Agua. Shout out to my homies there. They bring out that kind of backyard wrestling vibe, you know what I mean? Where they do like light tubes in the ring, barbed wire, and some do actual technical wrestling too from different companies to come down to San Jose. Man, it's super fucking fun.
Yeah, I've been to quite a few wrestling shows. I actually used to be involved in a wrestling company for a while.
Oh, that's what's up.
That's cool.
I was like the commentator, the cameraman, and then I was the senior official.
Oh, dude, that's what's up.
So you've been thrown out a ring or two in your career, huh?
Well, I would take a few bumps, but not like too severe ones where I'm like, no, that's all I'm going to take.
Not like getting powerballed to a table type of feel, like, or no.
And it was funny because the ring was near a swimming pool. So one time they had a battle royal. We're just throwing people in the swimming pool. I I watched one of my friends get thrown through a flaming table, and his face was like shocked, like, I can't believe I just did that. And we're like throwing dirt, putting a fire extinguisher on him.
Oh, damn. So that was some grimy, like some straight grimy wrestling thing you guys got going.
Yeah, it was just crazy. And then one of my friends, he was only supposed to bleed a little bit, but then he started bleeding too much, and I'm like holding his head as we're getting out of the room. I'm like, bro, you are not going to bleed to death to me and die in this ring. No.
Oh God, I actually got a crazy story about that. So this was like when Agua finally got back from the pandemic. We had this show out in this arcade where the old venue was, and my boy BBP was wrestling my homie Sin at their matches, and it was like a death match basically. And you know, sometimes they would cut themselves too just to get the blood out.
Yeah.
My boy accidentally cut himself too deep with the blade, and he was like skewering out like blood. His whole face was like hella bloody and shit. And by the end of the match, when I had to go to the bar and get myself a drink, I see him with two medics holding him down. He was laying on his back and he had his feet on the like this milk cart and everything because I had to keep his feet levitated because he was losing so much blood that he said he couldn't feel his feet. And I got scared for him too. I was like, oh fuck, dude. So I had to take him out to the hospital. And crazy thing is, he came right back to the show at the end of the main event. Stapled and stitches, all that. I was like, you're fucking crazy, dog.
Yeah, it's crazy.
One of my other top favorite wrestlers of all time is Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels, man. That's the man, dude.
I've got to see him wrestle. I actually got the chance to see Ric Flair wrestle.
Hell yeah.
I see Brock when he first came to WWE.
Yeah.
When I was living in Virginia, I saw the first match him and Hogan had.
Oh.
That was, I saw it like, yeah, that was, I used to go, when I lived in Virginia, man, it was the Richmond Coliseum was where all the matches, man. Me and my boy Rob, we used to go to all of them.
That's what's up, man. I think the first time I ever seen a WWE event was, I think it was in San Jose, but this was like back then when Kane and X-Pac were like a tag team and I was stoked. And my dad took me there as a secret and said, we're going to go to this event in the SAP Center. I was like, okay. And I thought it was a basketball game, like an arena football thing. And it's like, we're going to the WWF? Oh my God. And it was fun, man.
WrestleMania's out here next year.
Y'all lucky, man. I got hella pissed when I couldn't go to the WrestleMania when it came out to San Jose, man. The 49ers Stadium. I heard it was crazy.
Yeah, WrestleMania this year was actually really good. That Stone Cold final match with Kevin Owens was actually very good.
It was, man. I think for me personally, I think that Kevin Owens should start doing his pop-up powerbomb again and not do the stunner again.
Yeah, Kevin Owens, that dude for his size, how he's able to move and shit and do flips off the rope.
Doing swanton bombs and doing backflips and stuff. And he's a chubby, I wouldn't say disrespectfully, like big dude, you know what I mean? But he's flexible and like gifted in the ring, like crazy.
And that's why I told people, I've been in the wrestling industry. It may look like that mat doesn't hurt, but if you get slammed on it hard enough, it hurts like shit.
Yeah, man. And it's real, man. It's like people say, oh, this is fake. Look at what you see these wrestlers go through every day, and you hear some of the legends too, why they're having like severe like back pains, leg pains, and some of them had to do constant surgeries because from all the damages they've been doing themselves. You know what I mean? It is no joke.
It's
I was like, yeah, some of the
of
moves are fit. Some of the moves are choreographed, but some of them are real. You gotta take a few slams or a few kicks to the face every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes you get those bumps too, those bouches too, accidentally. Oh, that's crazy. That's it.
Oh, I watched a match one time. I was like, that was not supposed to happen because I watched wrestling. That was not supposed to happen.
Oh man, and I've seen some crazy ones too. And I know how it is, man. I'd rather just like I always thought about being a wrestler growing up, but when I seen people go through all that much, I was like, I think I'd rather stick with the rapping and just like take a side, be the fan of it. You know what I mean? Let them do their thing.
Yeah.
In the future, y'all will see Chuckles at a wrestling event, and if the wrestler has a Chuckles song for their entrance, Chuckles will be performing it live.
Yeah, you never know. I might be a manager. I might be a special guest, like artist wrestler, like how WWE brings rappers to the ring. You never know. It might be that.
That'll be dope. I'd buy a ticket.
And Chuckles, what is like, if you can remember, what was the first album you remember buying with your own money?
Oh man. First out, if I can remember, I'll say the first album I ever bought with my own money, I'll have to say Gorillaz' first album, Gorillaz, for sure. Like the first time I ever discovered about them was back then when like Toonami was a thing. I'll come home from school, watch Toonami, and they were promoting Gorillaz like music video, Clint Eastwood. And I love cartoons, I love animation. And when I first saw the music video itself, I was like, damn, this is good. It's like, who is this and everything. So I told my mom we'd go down to Target. It's like, dude, I want to get this CD and everything. The whole album, and I would listen to it in my room like nonstop. It is very creative. From like they adapt from like hip hop music to gospel to like alternative rock music. They're very open and jazz music too, man. I love it.
And I like how their videos are all Japanese anime inspired.
True that, man. Their animations get like insanely good, man. They start from like 2D animation, then they adapted to 3D style too.
Yeah, my bro Shanzi, if he's still in the chat, he's really big into Gorillaz too.
Yeah. And actually, I just, was looking in the chat, going back to the wrestling thing. RXC and Killer Gabe got a song called Attitude about the Attitude Era of wrestling.
Oh.
Yeah. That shit is dope. Shout out to RXC. Fuck Carrie. Hashtag fuck Carrie.
I gotta check it out, man. I'm a huge Attitude Era fan, and Ruthless Aggression Era is fire. Hopefully, we'll get back to the TB14 now that Triple H is in charge.
Yeah.
Some people said it should just be NC-17.
I don't know if they can do, then they would have boobs popping out just ironically through it. You go to do the sumo slam and the boob pops out, I'm not against it, but I'm just saying.
That's one thing I miss is JR and King's commentary together. Just the way they bounced off each other.
They were like PB and J, man. They were PB and J together.
Even Booker T, when he started commentating, his commentating was funny as shit.
Straight up. It was straight hilarious.
I always catch myself going, what the hell? Or I go, ducky, ducky, quack, quack.
Oh, man. Booker T is a character, man. I love it.
Yeah, and JR made the wrestling feel real. Like when he go, by God, he killed him.
Good God Almighty! Good God Almighty! That killed him! And it makes you feel real, like, oh my God, is he actually dead? That's what was beautiful about Jim Ross. He makes it sound like it's a story where it's like real shit, and Jerry Lawler will be screaming at the top of his song like, oh!
Yeah, or when JR would really get, he'd be like, that son of a bitch!
Like, so graphic with his shit, especially with Triple H, it's like hilarious. Like, that goddamn son of a bitch! I hate you!
I always love that like video of like Vince McMahon where he gets out of the interview and it's like when Stone Cold was, and he's like, "Where is he? Where's that son of a bitch?"
When he's running down the hall with that one thing, oh my God!
And the cameras are following him. That could be used as so many memes now. It's funny.
It's now become like the biggest meme. I've seen some videos of
the
people.
The funniest meme I've seen of that recently. It said, "When your boy shows up to the party, how you react."
Vince still has the most iconic walk.
Yes,
it's the gorilla walk. Because I think what happened was I think it was a Royal Rumble event where he just got pissed off and tried to run to the ring and he busted his knee up and everything. That's where he got the gorilla walk.
Man, he just started doing it with everything. That shit is hilarious.
It's like, what the fuck happened to you, bro? It's like, yeah, oh, that's why.
I remember the last match I watched him with was with what he did with CM Punk. For him being at like 60 or 70 something and him like leaping over the announce table, like, Jesus.
Oh my God, man. Especially at his age too, and he takes these crazy bumps too. He makes sure that your guys are actually seeing the show. And people jump off their seat when he gets his ass kicked from Stone Cold and everybody. Because I'm not gonna lie, he was a bastard in the Attitude Era. Like, people hated him. Like, when he gets his ass kicked, it's like people be celebrating like it's like 4th of July and everything.
And that bounce he does when he got a stunner, he would fly all the way in the air, man.
Yep.
Yeah, The Rock would sell that shit like crazy too.
Doing flips in the air too and everything. It's like, god damn. And it's like, damn, I want to stunner somebody to see what reaction would be.
Exactly. Hey, he didn't bounce. What the hell?
Like he would like flip up and like out of the air and everything when he bounced, like when he got stunnered.
Yeah, or he'd do like a handstand flip.
Yeah, that one.
I did try to put my brother to a table before it didn't work out the way I planned.
The funniest oversell thing I saw in a match is when Shawn Michaels versus like Hogan, and Shawn Michaels is just overselling every move because he was doing it on purpose.
Oh my god, I saw that match. I was like, what the hell am I watching, man?
I was like, I love you, Shawn, but I think you're overselling it. But I don't blame him when you look at like the behind the scenes why he was overselling shit. You're like, oh, he was getting back at Hogan. That's why.
Yeah, because like Hogan was like always wanted the control card and wanted things his way and everything. So Shawn was like, okay, this is how your matches work every time when you're in the ring with somebody. So he was like fucking with him mentally, basically.
Yeah, that shit was funny though.
Fucking Hulk Hogan.
Oh man, Shawn was like great seller too, especially when he gets thrown to the turnbuckle. He would like flip right into the air too. Especially that match with Stone Cold, it looked like hella painful and shit.
And then when he would sweet chin music, Triple H would sell that really good.
All straight up, like he would be like dead, like he just got knocked out and everything. Oh.
Well, do you have any other questions, Dosha?
When are you leaving for Denver?
I'll be in Denver on Friday, so I'm gonna be up early in the morning, like around 6, and I should be down there around 12:55 p.m. So you'll definitely see me on the first day of Gorefest.
Yeah, so yeah, we perform tomorrow night, so I'm leaving here in the morning, and we should get there, I think, around 1.
Oh, that's perfect. So we're both gonna be coming there like around like the afternoon style to it.
Yeah, don't be surprised if you guys run into each other at the airport and be like, hey!
I've always wanted that so bad. I never got that chance. So let's hope that comes around.
When I've gone to like the gathering one time, I like seen like a bunch of people I knew like riding the same airplane. I'm like, hey, what's up?
That's awesome, man. Especially like last year, I think Hex Rated had a picture with the Hex at the airport too. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, Hex is he's a beast.
Straight beast, man. He's killing it right now with Chapter 17. Shout out to Ouija Mac for signing him. He's grinding his ass off to the very top.
And it's cool. He has a West Coast wicked shit vibe to it. That's why.
Like straight up, like and it's so potent too, and like it's straight West Coast style music. Like it's culture. Like that's one thing I love about Hex's music. He brings the culture into his style of music and brings that to the wicked shit style with it, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ouija like lit a fire to make everyone just like hustle and grind and stuff.
True that, man. And I remember, especially Ouija Mac too. He's came a long way himself because I remember when I first discovered was Swag Tooth back then. Yeah, Swag Tooth was a thing too, and I got into him because they both rocked Mishka clothing too, and Mishka was fucking fire with their clothing too. So they were promoting them. That's what I think the first song was called "School's Out" when they're in that music video with all these school buses and everything.
Yeah, and isn't he like wearing an Esham shirt in that video?
Yeah, and then when I saw that shit, it's like, oh, he bumps Esham. All right, I want to see who this dude is and everything. That's what got me to Ouija Mac Steds, man.
Hell yeah.
Like he's been down with the Hatchet since day one, so I saw that shit. It's like, oh, that's fucking awesome, man.
Oh yeah, he shares a lot of cool stories with me. He's like, I was just like you guys. I was in the crowd observing, going to shows too.
Oh yeah, and he loves the whole family of it too, and he really shows it. Like I think as there was a footage too, he was actually crying at the gathering too, because he know how real it was with his performance too, and that's some real shit right there.
Yeah, he's pulled me to the side, and he's never done this with him. He's like, bro, I appreciate everything you do and all the support you do for me. He's like, I love you, man.
Hell yeah, dude. I remember too when I first actually met him in person was he actually performed at the Gorefest 13.
I was
And
there.
that's what's up, man. And I think I performed on Saturday, and I remember when I just got done with my set, he actually reached out to me at the crowd and said, "Dude, I seen your performance, bro. Your shit is fucking awesome, dude. Keep at it what you're doing. Keep that grind mode going, bro, and you're gonna be somewhere, dude." And I just accepted that since, and I've just been doing what he's been saying, man. I love him fully for that, man. He's really real.
Yeah, I'm definitely proud to be a part of his team.
Oh yeah, man.
Chauncey said best. He said Swag Tooth is dope, but Ouija Max solo is a totally different level. Yeah.
True that, man. True that.
His stage presence. Whoo.
I think the last time too when I seen this footage when he's at the gathering, he brought his Tesla on stage.
Mm-hmm. I was like, you made it. That is a juggalo that has made it. Y'all should be proud.
True that, because how often you ever see a juggalo ride a Tesla, like anybody? Even though I'm not a fan of Teslas myself, because everybody wants a Tesla.
But see, you'll never see those get a Tesla unless it's an Uber.
Yeah, true that. True that. Especially here in Cali, we were infested with Teslas everywhere, man. It's like I can't get away for like 1 second without seeing a Tesla down the street.
Yeah, my brother-in-law bought one before he moved out of state. He moved to Georgia, and he brought it to the house and was like, "Man, you're gonna love this car today." He let me drive it, and I'm just like, "It's nice,
right?
It has buttons, you know." But I'm not impressed. I don't care for, those Mercedes, BMWs.
I'm more like a semi SUV, like a Jeep or like or Hummer type, like bigger like van type vehicles and everything. I remember I first got into a Tesla was my boss's Tesla. It was like how your reaction was. It's like it's cool and everything, but it's like it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah,
my girlfriend, she loves Nissans. Those cars run good.
Nissans are good, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Honda man myself, and like I tell everybody, Nissan, Honda, Toyota. Where are they from? Japan. They're a foreign. I don't have to buy a Lamborghini to be driving a foreign.
Straight up,
seems like
man.
A lot of the most foreign cars are actually good and stuff.
Oh, straight up. Mine's a Hyundai. I think Hyundai is Japanese, right?
Hyundai is Korean, I believe.
Oh, Korean? Yeah, it runs good, like from A to Z, and I love my Hyundai.
Yeah, you see what Hyundais have been. A lot of people talk crap about them from back in the day, but Hyundais have always been have been cool cars.
True.
I was gonna get a Sonata before I bought my Accord because I dig the Sonatas.
Yeah, Sonatas are great vehicles too, and especially like for Hyundais too. They have like perfect like gas mileage too a little bit too, and they take you from A to Z, whatever works. You know what I mean?
But shit, just like I said with my Honda, man, I drove that Joker back and forth to Texas for the tour. You know what I'm saying? So that Joker, this is my fourth Honda I've owned in my life, and I've never had an issue. Anytime I go outside of that, it's always a problem. And always leads me right back to a Honda.
Mm-hmm. I was always afraid of purchasing myself. My first car was a Honda because Hondas are known to be the main cars that always get hijacked or like broken into and everything because they don't have this lock or something like that. Even if you lock it, then you find ways to unlock that shit.
You have to know the right people that helps you avoid that happening to you. It's certain things you can do to your vehicle to avoid it getting broken into. That's just it. It's not all about pushing the button and locking it. No, it's a few other steps it takes to keep your car if you want to keep your car. So yeah.
Hell yeah, my bro Nobody, man, he's actually going to be at Gorefest, so you guys will probably definitely see him there.
Hell yeah, man. I'm all for it, man.
Like I said, anybody's going to be there, man. Please approach me, say what's up. You know what I'm saying? Take a picture, whatever, man. I'm with it. I'm for it. I'm ready for it.
Hell yeah. If you guys got guests for both of us too, we'll be honored to have them, man. It's like it's amazing. Y'all, especially here in Denver too. I feel like Denver, Colorado, by far, it's got to be one of my top favorite cities performing because the audience in the underground scene is so like pure too. They love that shit. You know what I mean?
It is very good.
I think the main stage where I really wanted to perform to is the what's it called? Is that one that has like the big old steps is like up in the mountains too, where
Red Rocks.
Red Rocks, yeah, Red Rocks is the main stage. I really want to check it out for
Such
sure.
a good venue. It doesn't matter who you see there, it's a good show. Like I just recently, before I left Denver, the last show I went there was Tech Nine.
Was that the time when
Phenomenal.
Chris Calico re-signed with Strange Music when they had that whole performance too?
Yeah. Well, when I went, it was when like Joey Cool was performing there. It was for the Asinine tour.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I think it's the first time I ever
X-Rated is dope.
Oh yeah, especially the whole scenery too. It looks like you're in this like big like opera theater too, and it's amazing.
And then after that, the other time I went to Red Rocks was when I went to the very first Hatchet Attacks.
I remember that. I remember purchasing the documentary of that when I had it on DVD with all the performances. I remember
And I
purchasing.
tell people there's actually songs they perform that they don't show on the DVD, which is cool.
Oh, there were some secret performances they didn't want to show onto the thing.
Oh yeah, like there was even I remember like on the DVD they show the song they did with Esham, but what I remember they did more than just that song with Esham. They did Migraine Headache with each other live.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Blaze actually came out and did Zip Codes and Time Zones with Violent J, which was dope.
Dude, that's fucking awesome, dude.
Blaze is very underrated, and he's got a good voice too.
Oh yeah, I think he's my top favorite one out of all of them. From like Psychopathic when he was on Psychopathic and what he's doing now with M&E. It's like he brings that whole like gangster rap vibe from his style to it, and he brings that West Coast like energy to it too. And even if he's from Detroit, he loves that West Coast style to it. You know what I mean? He's perfect.
Yeah, I could even see you having him as a chorus because his singing voice is good too.
True that, man. It's like I would love to work with Blaze, man.
Hey,
And even his stage presence is good. Like I say, he doesn't need a hype man. He can hold that stage by himself.
Oh, true that, man. And especially he's been doing it for so long too, and he brings love and energy to his style. I think it was called the In Your Couch live performances. He did like a cover, like a metal cover too, to his thing. It was perfect.
What were you asking, Dosha?
No, I was saying that you put that in the universe for him and Blaze doing a song together.
Oh, I'll definitely try it for sure, dude. It's definitely gonna happen.
When I notice a lot of artists now make themselves very approachable. Like that's why I was asked my guests, who would you want to work with? Because nothing's impossible now.
Yeah, man. As long as you're dedicated to what you really want to work with, and just go for it. If any artists, if like let's say like bigger names or something like that, if I know, I mean, I would love to work with Twisted, you know what I mean? And I would love to work with OBG Mac, you know, it's like something with what two minds are in different styles what we can create together to bring something new, you know what I mean? I'm down to be creative with everybody, you know what I mean?
I could even see both of you doing something with Hex.
Oh, definitely, man. And I love Hex, dude. I definitely want to work with him.
Hell yeah. But one
Another
of the person
underrated
that I really
rapper, in my opinion, is Big Hoodoo.
Oh, Big Hoodoo, man. He's hella cool in person, man.
That dude. Hey, remember we saw him in Lancaster, man. That shit was dope. Was coming and we're out there, bro.
His stage presence, woo.
Yeah, man. And he's so cool, like in person, man. He's like hella chill, hella down to earth and everything.
Yes,
one time when I seen him, he had like a live guitar player with him. It was cool.
I think I've seen that too when he came to Gorefest. I think it was Gorefest 13. I remember I was getting my thing set up and he was like stage practicing, him as a guitarist at the time. And it was cool, man. He had that energy like what I expected, you know what I mean?
And I'm glad he's doing his own thing with Ear Drug Music. I'm glad a lot of these artists are still like doing their own thing and they're like still showing love regardless.
True that, man. Like you see Light's doing his thing too. He has his own label coming around too, and he still reps Psychopathic too, you know what I mean? Big Hoodoo's doing his thing. And Ouija Mac adapted a lot off of Psychopathic and did his own with Chapter 17 too, and it's dominating. You see a lot of people rocking that Chapter 17 tattoos all over them, like you see like the Hatchet Man.
Now, who would you guys think would be another good fit for Chapter 17?
If I would say anybody, I can see Dario Thrill being part of Chapter 17 because he fucks with him heavy. You know what I mean? I think that's the only person I could say pretty much.
Yeah, Darby is dope.
You guys can expect a good stage show from him too at Gorefest.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and he brings that energy like no other. He brings like that punk rockish style to it, what he adapts to. That's one thing I love about artists too. As long as you bring that energy, that vibe to it, and everything, I'll love your set. Only thing I'll be a little bit iffy is those are kind of stiff on stage. You know what I mean? When you hear their music, it's like, okay, I hear this crazy stuff from you in your music, but when I see you performance, I want to see that actual, thing to it. You know what I mean?
It's funny you say that because, and I had to tell him this. So, Schizo, Michigan. That's my dog.
Yeah.
I saw this man perform at Madness and Mayhem last year, and we're about the same size. Ball head, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there watching this dude on stage, and I was like, I'm stiff as fuck on stage. So I did my set, and then afterwards we was chopping it up or whatever, and I was like, if you ain't noticed, I used some of your moves on stage. You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, it's all love. But yeah, I was like, yeah. Just standing there in one place and just rapping that, you have to do something.
Yeah, shout outs to Schizo. Congrats to him for signing Monstar.
Yeah, man. He's doing it for a long time, man. And I love his energy, man. Even from his music video too, you can feel that too. You know what I mean? He has a great stage presence.
Yeah, he had a dope gathering performance last year when I seen him. I recorded his set, and you could see during his set and pointing me out. He's like, "Shout out to Don Chaos, my brother in the crowd."
Hey. Yeah, I think the first time too his performance when we were both down in Texas for Madison Mayhem. That was the first time I got to see him perform live too, and he goes hard on the mic.
I think that was the first time I saw you perform, Chuckles.
Was it?
Yeah, no, it was at Gorefest. You were at Gorefest too, because
Gorefest,
Gorefest, and then we chopped it up because it was 2 weeks later.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that we've been hitting each other up with these two shows, man, and that's when we officially say, dude, I've been checking out his music since from the Madison Mayhem, and I just love the style of it, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. That's why I was sitting there. I was like, because he was sitting there, he had his virtual, he was sitting over there. I was like, dang, I went over, introduced myself, and then he went on stage, and I was like, oh. Totally different person.
Totally different story. That's the Jekyll and Hyde effect here right there. Yeah. I think of you too, because sometimes I will bring my water bottle, I'll sometimes splash it to the crowd and everything. And he said, okay, I got you on that one time right there, because usually you say you don't want to be that guy who would get wet at a show, but I kind of got you on that part.
Yeah. I don't mind it. That's why, because when we did the Lancaster show and I saw the water bottle, I was like, okay, everybody who don't want to get wet. I was like, what are you talking about? Then I was like, I told you.
In the face and everything, man.
You will get red at the front of this ride.
True that. It's especially like that, man. It's when especially for openers, we want to make sure you guys are coming to a show, even though you guys are waiting for the main acts. But us openers, we can also perform a crazy show. Either we throw water at you, or we interact with you in the crowd too. That's what I love too, is interacting with the crowd.
That's how openers become headliners.
Mm-hmm.
What's the point of doing a week show because you're an opener, and then why would I want to see you as a headliner?
True that. You know what I mean? It's you have to really show what you're really worth and everything. And so that's why I always like to interact with the crowd, because it gives them that experience. You know what I mean? Even if it's all up in your face, it's fun that way.
Well, and I love seeing people get their dues, people that put in that grind. For example, my dudes, Wicked Wood, those dudes just started performing in parking lots at the gathering. Then they would just play little stages. Then they played second stage. And this year, all that hard work paid off, and they got to play main stage for the first time.
Yeah, man. And I've been checking out their music like way back too, and
They're
I've
so
seen them
dope.
adapt so long, man. And they still rock that wicked shit fully.
Their music is phenomenal.
Straight phenomenal. They evolved so much, man.
Especially that album they dropped this year, the self-titled album. Whew.
That was fire, dude. I actually got to check that out too, and it's like, damn, they really adapted from their old style from way back, and they just aggressed a lot. You know?
Yeah, and they have a very hip hop feel to them too.
They call Wicked Wood.
Yep.
Yeah, Wicked. WIKID and then Wood. WIKID.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I think I have listened to them.
There's just so many talented people out there. It's crazy. And then when I see like a lot of the people I know performing, I'm always like a proud dad. I'm like, yeah.
That's my boy right there. That's my boy.
But it's just seeing the people progress and start where they started from and where they are now. You know, it's just
like the term goes. Started from the bottom. Now we're
here.
Yeah. Which is dope.
Yeah, and that makes me proud too. Just seeing like those that I've grew up. Well, when I first started off too, and just growing together as one, and how we adapt this for so much, and how really dedicated and hard work we put into our music. It's crazy, man. It's like a great chapter in our journeys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or when the people you look up to start giving you props and stuff, and you're like, oh damn.
That's when you made it. You know what I mean? That's when you made it right there.
Like so many acts that have come up to me, and even you guys are like, Don, I appreciate what you do for us. You help us get our word out there.
Yeah, I meant that shit, bro. It's like it's a lot of artists I would have never known about if it wasn't for your podcast, bro.
Sure that, man.
You'd have made me a fan of a couple of cats. So
and that's why it's a unique show. That's why this show is fully dedicated to the underground and indie scene, because we'll have up and coming people. We'll have people that are somewhat well known, and then we'll have like a legend or veteran. Like we've had the legendary Flatliners on this show.
I was just about to bring that up. One of my favorite group, Flatliners. That shit, I was all into that shit like a fucking kid.
I saw you in the chat. You were like,
those cats, man.
They are hardcore legends, man. I feel like they were the ones that bring the title of horrorcore to the mainstream, basically.
Yeah, they were
the
first to coin the term too.
Yeah, I would love it.
It's crazy because DJ Red Rum is one of the members of Run DMC's nephew, and he's also the nephew of Russell Simmons.
Simmons, yep. And the whole story too, how he brought them up together too, that they adapted him as their first horrorcore group to the label itself too, was crazy.
And it's crazy because they said back in the early '90s, Def Jam was dabbling with horror rap a lot more.
Oh yeah, they were very open back then than it was before. Because back then, horrorcore was like very new. You know what I mean? And people were either scared of it, but some people were like, dig the fuck out of it, just like that, or the Gravediggers. And RZA was one of Wu-Tang. He started that group, and he did the horrorcore side of his style. Like he could do this too, and it's like, oh shit.
See, but they just mushed them all together with just hardcore rap instead of giving them their own lane.
True that, you know what I mean?
So if you weren't really in a hardcore rap, you would never heard about the Gravediggers or the Flatliners. You know.
And here's a question for both of you. Thoughts on Snoop Dogg running Death Row? I think he's going to do a good job.
I think he's doing fantastic.
I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him. Because to see where that started and what it built up to and then where it went, and then seeing what he did outside of it and how he got, and then for him to have that and his goal, you know what I'm saying, putting, words, but then to watch it starting to happen, to him making sure everybody gets their due who didn't get it before.
I'm pretty much something that's come full circle, as the term goes.
Yeah. And to me, he was really Death Row, like all the way, you know what I mean? And him getting that title to it was phenomenal. And he deserved every credit that he deserved. Because back then when like Suge Knight was involved, it was like you don't see nobody rocking Death Row shirts. But when you see Snoop Dogg running it now, I'm seeing a lot of people rocking Death Row like merchandise now, like adapt to that. You know what I mean? Yeah,
And a lot
and
of people don't know he actually has his hand in a little bit of Def Jam. So he has his hand in a little bit of Def Jam and now Death Row.
Well, he had his hand in Def Jam first.
Yeah,
Def Jam.
Yeah, so it's like I said, to see people come from
that is
where I came from, and to where they are now. It's like it's never too late, man. It's never too late.
Man.
Y'all see this shit.
Yes, sir, man.
It is what it is, bro. But you know what I'm saying? I know it's my passion, man. It's what I love doing, and people enjoy what the fuck I do. So, you know what I'm saying?
True that, man.
Keep doing it till I can't.
True that, man. And it never stops. Grind mode never ends right there.
Exactly.
And he's still putting out phenomenal music himself.
Yeah.
True that. And I just seen one of the chat's comments too. He signed Mercules to Def Jam. And it's like Mercules is a beast, man. Mercules is fire. Especially from him from being a Canadian artist from who started from the underground with Stomp Down Killers and made his way all the way up to, I would say he's now in the mainstream like presence, but he still keeps that grind going, man. It's like he's very genuine in person, man. He's phenomenal.
He's definitely someone I would love to have on the show.
Oh, dude, definitely do it up, man.
I love Canadian hip hop. Like there is so much good Canadian hip hop out there. Whew.
Yes, sir.
Who has a huge underground hip hop scene that I found out about? What is it? New Zealand and Australia.
Oh, yeah. New Zealand and Australia, they love that shit.
Like, shout out to Evan the Evolved. I did a song with him for my album. Well, we did a single first, but to the top, they're just their scene out there, dude. It's just it's crazy, man. I love it.
Yeah, also another group that's very genuine is fans from Europe, like Germany, Czech Republic, London, Italy. They love that shit. They love it like it's like a religion. You know what I mean? Even Russia, they love that shit out there.
That's what I'm saying. I want to get out there and do some shows in the UK, man.
We gotta make that happen for sure.
That's one thing I've always liked about Scum, like when he can like rap in English and then switch to like Russian, just like that.
Yeah, man. That's like the first time too. When I first discovered about Scum was like in high school when he did this song with Diet Souls, who was an Australian group back then, who used to be part of Kid Crush's label.
Yeah.
And the first song was I forgot what it's called, but it talks about AK-47, and Scum was rapping in Russian. I was like, oh shit, this is fire. Then you switch it to English, as I thought it was like two people at first. I thought one person was rapping in Russian, one was rapping in English and shit, but it was actually him. And I was like, oh shit, that's awesome. And I heard his whole backstory. Like he was from Moscow, Moscow. And then he came to Denver and started doing his own thing with LSP and really adapted with an international style to it. You know what I mean?
And I like how he comes from a very metal background. He said originally he was going to be a lead vocalist for like a metal band.
Yeah, like he loves that metal shit. I think he said he wants to be like a grindcore band or something like that.
Well, I like artists that can still like show up and like come from a different genre and still show up. Like you can talk metal with Scum, you can talk straight hip hop with the dude, and he loves that shit.
Shit, Spec One's the same way. He's a OG metalhead.
Yep, he's a straight metalhead.
Exactly. You got the Doom Switch shit going on right now, man.
And speaking of that,
in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just like hip hop. You can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
Well, I notice a lot rap and hip hop have always mashed together like very well. They are very similar in so many ways.
Just the whole culture of the metal and hip hop is so similar, man.
True of that, man. Even growing up, I love listening to metal music. You know what I mean?
All my friends thought I was weird, bro. But I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I grew up listening to metal at a young age, which I shouldn't have.
My all-time favorite metal band will always be Black Sabbath, Ozzy.
Yeah, shout out to Ozzy, man.
Yeah, Black Sabbath was the shit. Metallica was my shit too, man.
Metallica, Pantera,
Pantera, yes, sir.
Slipknot, you know what I mean?
And my brother, I gotta give my younger brother props. He got me into a lot of music that I may not have listened to if he wasn't into it. My dad is, he old school, so all the Rock and roll, classic rock and all that stuff. Motown, that's all my dad. My sisters were, Michael Jackson, Prince. My brother, he's younger than me, but he was, 9-Inch Nails and Nirvana, and you know what I'm saying. And then I had a cousin that got me into Metallica and all that. So it's like I had so much different type of music around me. I think that's probably why it's not really hard for me to adapt to different styles with hip hop now. You know what I'm saying? Because I was, when I first got back into the game, I was stuck in a lane of this is real hip hop, this is not real hip hop. And now I'm like, some of it is bullshit back then too. You had bullshit back in the day.
Oh,
you
yeah.
got bullshit now, but you got good music. I'm not knocking nobody's hustle. If this is what you want to do and you're successful at it, handle your business. I just know that the shit that I do is not just geared for me to make money. It's geared for me to touch somebody, to reach somebody, to be inspirational to somebody. You feel me? So
true that, man. That's why I fucks with you the most, man. You're the realest of what you do, man. For real.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man. And same thing when I do for my music too. I never think about anybody looking at them as a money bag for those that listen to my music. It's like this music, what I do is for them. You know what I mean? What I can create is all for y'all who can relate to, or you can just like bang your heads to, mosh to. You know what? It's like that's my gift for y'all. That's how I love people that way with music. You know what I mean? How I can relate with them with that way.
Yeah. But sometimes you have a fucked up day. Let me throw on some chuckles right quick, get my brain off of that shit.
Man,
or if you just want to listen to some vibe ass shit or stuff that makes you think, you listen to Mistadoesha.
Yes, sir, man. And when I listen to your music, Doja, is like when I'm cruising. You know what I mean? Your music is like great, like cruising music. You know what I mean? When I'm just like either driving down in downtown, it's like, I want to listen to like peaceful music. Yours is like peaceful. That. It's a little.
Look, I'm gonna get some violent shit. I'm working on my violent shit, bro. I need to get. Look, I'm gonna need you to never say that again.
Peaceful music.
I'm working to be more hardcore, bro. I'm working on it, man.
Yeah, we're gonna do it when we drop this Class A Homicide. It's definitely gonna reach that point.
Yeah, this is another example. City Morgue and Ghostman mixing genres.
City Morgue too, man. They adapted that shit from like metal to trap too, and it's like Ghostman is like the new generation's version of Marilyn Manson to me. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what I said. He's like if Marilyn Manson could rap.
True that.
And his show, both their shows are crazy dope live.
Oh, I believe it, man. I've always tried so hard to see a City Morgue show. When it came out to Santa Cruz, I just never had that ability to do it, which is I'm fucking stupid for not doing that.
Even Suicide Boys. Whew.
Just think of the name City Morgue. Just to have that as a name, that shit is dope.
It is.
And dope, I'm glad they don't associate with Tekashi 6ix9ine anymore because they
fuck that guy, man. Yeah. Fuck that dude. We're not gonna talk about that motherfucker here.
We ain't gonna talk about that snitch.
We don't talk with no rats about this show. That's one thing I would never fucks with an artist if they're clout chasers like that, or just doing this for a career, but never accept with the culture wise and just be disrespectful. That's when you know you're gonna get a big ass middle finger from me. Is why I'm not gonna fuck with you.
Yeah, and Suicide Boys is phenomenal too. Like,
and their shit is like when you hear from 3 6 Mafia too. You know what I mean? It's like
early that 3 6 Mafia.
Yeah, man. And I grew up with them too, man. It's like that Memphis, like funk style, how they put it to, and crunk style. I love that shit.
The best way I always describe Suicide Boys to people I know, I'm like, it's like if 3 6 Mafia and Lil Wayne had a baby together.
Or imagine, like, not trying to be fucked up about it. It's like, imagine if 3 6 Mafia were white and they're doing this.
That too.
But they're good, man. And Scram makes some sick ass beats like throughout the whole projects they put together. I just want to fucks with his beats so bad. There's like grimy, like 30 South style to it. It's like that's what I fucks with. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Cody Manson, who actually got some production from him.
The homie.
Cody's been killing it too. Holy shit.
Man, Cody's been growing too, and he did a song with Ghostman too off of his new album too. That shit's fire.
Song. That new album is phenomenal. One of my favorite songs on there is that song Tears of a Clown. That is such a personal song.
That was straight personal. That's why I fucks with him too. Like he went from the heart for that shit. You know what I mean?
That's the thing I've noticed too. Like Buckshot got a song about his kids. You know what I'm saying? And that was like I heard the song right before my shit came out. You know, and it's like it's so many artists. They have that dark side of them, but everybody at the end of the day, everybody's a fucking person.
True.
You know what I'm saying? You got people that you give a fuck about in your life. And, you know, some people choose to pay homage to them through their music. Some people, you know, rather not. But at the same time, I'm never going to knock an artist for speaking from their heart.
Exactly.
You feel me?
True that, man. And that's when it just shows who they really are. You know what I mean? It's like might be this type of character to you in certain styles, but reality wise, outside of it, we're just like normal human beings, just like y'all, you know, just living the dream. And that's what I love about Buck Shoes. Like he's a straight like nerd like all of us. You know, he loves the horror movies. He loves retro video games. You know what I mean? He loves that style like we do, and he brings that into his music too. It's fun.
Yeah. Because he got that song about the Sith.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is dope.
It's just hellfire.
I was like, I'm gonna do a song about. Wait a minute, he already has one. I can't do
that. Especially with that project too, with him and Kung Fu Vampire too, the Double Dragon.
Yeah,
that was perfect.
Yeah, that shit was fire.
They were meant to be together as a group. That was perfect combination right there.
Hell, there's just so much good music out there, and I'm glad to see that this like scene that we've all grown up on is still like going strong.
Yeah,
that's why I had a conversation with a cat. He was like, you know, all you listen to is underground. Like, yeah, I am underground. I'm like, I've listened to mainstream music pretty much my whole life. But when I get a random mixtape from a cat that ain't nobody ever heard of, like it's a group called I cannot think of the goddamn name right now. They're from Atlanta. But I had their mixtape before they even came out, and then their song all of a sudden was on the radio like 6 months later. I cannot think of the name of the goddamn group right now.
And it's cool to see a lot of people like successful. Like with the years ago when I saw like Hip Hop DX giving Kung Fu Vampire props and interviewing him, I'm like, yes.
Yeah, man. And Kung Fu's been going for so long too. He's like he started off with the whole vampire look when he was bald, painting his face up. Then he's doing shows at Playboy Mansions and everything.
His live band was dope with him.
It was fire, dude. I miss his band so much. I even tell him this in person. It's like, dude, I think the first time I see him live was when he actually grew his hair out, which is funny. He still had his live band too. It was at the Walnut Creek called the Red House. Rest in peace to the Red House, who's no longer here with us no more. But it was fire, man. Like the energy to it too, and him and Mars was perfect.
Hell.
And now he has Action Paxton doing his drum sets too, and Action Paxton is fire on the drums. What he does, you know what I mean?
That's one thing I'm glad to start seeing is a lot of artists or rappers are starting to incorporate live drums in their music again.
Mm-hmm. Even Scum too is bringing like a drummer to his sets too.
Yeah,
I told him now you just need a guitar player. Hell.
Damn, now it makes me want to start a band now. Mistadoesha, let's start a band together, bro.
Me, you, Spec One, Zodiac. Who else we get? You got somebody? Who else up north you got? I got like 5 people to start a band already. We just need some people to play instruments now. These are all vocalists.
I'll just be the crazy dude on stage making a ruckus.
Hey, that's cool too. Doing interviews while we're trying to perform.
Hell yeah.
My girl actually plays guitar.
Oh, well, there we go. We got a guitarist now.
Right? Now we got to get a drummer.
Exactly.
Well, my girlfriend has a question for you in the chat.
Do you remember a venue, San Jose, called the Cactus Club? I did, actually. I remember sharing that club down in San Jose. There was a couple artists, I think Eshawn performed down there before, and I remember seeing that on a flyer. I was like, damn, I was so young. I was at least like 17 at the time when he came down to San Jose for the first time. I was so bummed, but I did remember that venue.
Yeah, That's a question I guess we could ask. What was actually your first show?
First show was actually with Scum and Lex the Hexmaster when they did the Merciless Assault tour back in 2016 was the very first show. And it was at San Jose, California at a venue called the Back Bar Sofa Lounge, which is like right in the middle of the square of downtown San Jose. And I was rocking my Stitch Face mask back then. And it's funny too, before I even was starting music, I was mostly releasing music online and everything, but I never got to do a first show until 2016. And I got to perform with Scum, which actually the first time he and I actually met in person. I met the whole crew down there too, and just performed my first show set, and I just like loved it. And people thought it was like, dude, that shit was fire, bro. I was like, how often do you do shows? And I was like, that's my first show. I was like, really? It's fire, man.
Yeah, my girl's an old school punk, so she knows all about the punk scene there in California.
Yeah, San Jose has a great punk scene out there too, especially this venue called the Ritz. That's one venue I really want to perform. They do mostly like metal music, but they could do hip hop music as well. It's very open. It's fun.
One of my goals is to go to the House of Blues in California.
Which
House
one?
of Blues.
I don't know which one, but I want to go see like the one that's in LA because I heard a lot of the hip hop shows there are crazy.
Now, just a fun fact about the House of Blues, and this has happened to me on several occasions. I used to live in Orange County. So we used to go to brunch on Sundays at the House of Blues, and it'd be a random artist to show up and perform off the cuff. Just they had a show somewhere out there during the week, and Sunday at 1:00 in the afternoon, they decided they want to do a set at the House of Blues, and we're already there. And I've seen so many artists just perform, just show up and do a mic check, and they just start performing. And it's like 20 people in a freaking in a spot, and then other people start coming in because it's open, and it's like it's no tickets, it's like a free show. You just sitting there, and people in there just going off. R&B.
Awesome.
First time I've ever seen Jill Scott. It was at the House of Blues. She just walked in there and just started singing. That shit was crazy.
That's awesome, man.
That's what I love. It happen all the time, bro.
That's what too. I just love performances like that where you can just like sit and enjoy while drinking your beer too, and just like see a great performance.
Hell yeah, seeing like open mic nights.
Yeah, San Jose too. We have like this open mic thing too, especially with the battle rap scene too in San Jose. It's fire too.
Hell yeah. They used to have that in Colorado. They still do.
Oh yeah.
I actually went to Detroit for the first time last year, and it was phenomenal.
I still got to make it out there. I think I was supposed to come out there in 2020 with the homie Jimmy Don and King Gordy to release with their album The House, but when we got hit with COVID,
it's a beautiful city. That city is really recovering. It makes me proud. Like when I went there, like even the locals told me that it's mellowed out there. They're like, now if you would have came here in the early 2000s, the 90s, or the 80s, we would say stay away.
Oh shit, that was like hella serious, right?
But their food is phenomenal, like Detroit-style deep dish pizza, and their version of those famous Coney Island chili dogs you hear about. Whew.
That's one thing I've been hearing about a lot, man. Especially, I heard they got Faygo ice cream out there too. I gotta get my hands on it for sure.
I know. I told my girlfriend it might be expensive to ship, but we should order some.
It's Faygo, fuck it.
I don't drink soda. I gave up soda like 8 years ago, bro. But I got to get some kind of Faygo in my life in any way, shape, form, or fashion other than the soda. So if they got Faygo ice cream,
well, anyone who's going to Northfest, anyone who knows any places that sell Faygo in Colorado, bring Mistadoesha a Faygo.
Yeah, bring me one, man. I'll break my my streak just to have one. Pineapple preferred.
There's this pineapple apple flavored Faygo. I could bring you one to Denver if I could find one.
Another good flavor is pineapple watermelon.
My top favorite.
Pineapple watermelon, it tastes just like a Jolly Rancher.
My top favorite has to be Rock and Rye. Rock and Rye is the top favorite for me.
I
don't care what flavor it is, bro. I want to try it just to say I did it.
Right.
And then I can start from scratch from day one and then just go another day.
Y'all gonna get him addicted to soda again.
Nah, that's not gonna happen.
But Fago is
soda
though.
every now and then now. Like when I was younger, I drank it a lot. Now I just drink it every now and then, which is good.
Oh yeah, I even tried the Firecracker of Fago, the new one they just released. That shit's actually hella good.
It's just very sweet.
Yeah, it's not too sweet, kind of like cotton candy, but kind of like if the popsicle, the Firecracker actually like formed to like a liquid to a drink or something like that. You melted into
Yeah, I
the sun
drank it.
into a
I'm
cup.
like, oh my god, that is my childhood in a bottle.
True that.
Or as we call it, since it's sweet, or we call it cotton candy, we call it diabetes in a bottle.
Diabetes in a bottle. That's what I'm saying.
True
That's
that.
what I don't need. So I'll be just have a cap full there. I don't know if I'm gonna have a whole bottle.
Oh man, it's addicting like a drug. God damn it, I can't keep away.
Damn, that's horrible. I don't need to hear that. See, now I don't want one.
Well, I'm gonna force you to drink one for sure at Gorefest. You have no choice, bro. You have no
There's how
fucking
you
choice.
can get him a stunner. Give him a stunner Juggalo style, but instead of a beer, use a Fago.
For real.
Wait.
Feel like Stone Cold, like in the audience and everything. Just pop one,
Exactly.
smack them both together until it's all splashed over.
So yeah, do you guys like have any last words? And then each of you can like have the floor, and you guys can share your shout outs.
Hell yeah, man.
Go ahead, brother.
For sure. First of all, shout out to you, Don, for having me on, man. It's a huge fucking honor, man. I love the show. Dosha, I love you to death, brother. Can't wait to see you on Gorefest. Shout outs to everybody that has been showing me just so much love for 17 years in the game, man. If it wasn't for y'all, I would have been dead a long time ago. Y'all helped me out from that negative part of my life to keep doing what I do best, man. Shout outs to my brother DJ Little Sprite, my main beat producer. He and I got an album together called Horror's Really Unstable. Hopefully it'll be out by the end of this year or so, but it's gonna be fire, man. Shout outs to Clash, shout outs to Scum, shout outs to IP, Worm, the whole LSP fam, shout outs to JP the Hustler, you know what I mean, / Wicked, everybody in the whole Grim Reality team, you know what I mean? Y'all keep doing this shit what you do best, man. And everybody who's gonna be at Gorefest, be prepared because I got some new evil shit for y'all at the stage, and y'all gonna fucking love it. Can't wait to see y'all there this weekend.
Hell yeah, and you're always welcome back on the show anytime, bro. And sadly, I can't make it to Gorefest, but I will definitely try to get you a show down here. We could try to make that happen.
Dude, I'm all for it, brother. Just let me know and I'll be ready, man.
Shit, let me know, goddamn.
Because Dosha knows about this. I'm trying to put together an annual event, and it's going to be called Karma Fest because I'm the karma millionaire in the community, and every year the show will be like dedicated to like a charity. Like maybe one year we'll go to vets, maybe one year we go to an animal shelter. It will always be for a good charity every year.
Hell yeah, dude. I'll be honored to do it, man. Just hit me up anytime and I'm ready.
Yes, sir.
All right, Dosha, you get the last word, brother.
First and foremost, shout out to you, Don Chaos and Carnival Spirits, for having me on yet again. Shout out to my bro Chuckles. Can't wait
Love
to
you,
see
bro.
you this weekend, brother. Shout out to the whole GRE camp. Shout out to the whole LSP camp, man. It's been so much love in the underground all together, man. Shout out to Lilith the Sinful. That's my sister. Shout out to RXC, Riffshaw, and fucking Carrie, man. Them two cats. They got us. My favorite song from them is called Katana. If you haven't listened to it, listen to it. We got something special coming. I'm about to do something with them too. So, but like I said, shout out to everybody in the underground. Shout out to Schizo Michigan, Class.
Hey,
fucking man, it's so many people to name. But I appreciate all the love I've gotten since I've hit the underground scene, man. This is a dream come true for me. I've been doing music for years. I'm not gonna age myself like that. For a long time, and just everything that's going on is more than I can imagine happening in my career, man. So I'm taking it one day at a time, one song at a time. Anybody who fuck with me, if you hit me up, DM me, I will respond. I'm just that approachable. At Gorefest, man, anybody who sees it, like I said, holla at me, say what's up. If you don't want to take a picture, that's fine, man. But if you want to, hey, I will oblige. So, but Don, thank you, man, for you just keep doing this shit, bro. This shit right here is what's needed in the underground, brother.
Yeah, we needed this, brother. Thank you very much for this, man. We love you for this.
Hell yeah. Scum's always told me that. He's like, it's not just us artists that play our role, it's you guys, the interviews that come on and promote us that play your role too.
True that. That will never change. You know what I mean? We keep that shit going.
There's a reason why this show won Podcast Radio Show of the Year.
Hey.
Congratulations on that, brother.
Yep.
You earned that, man.
And again, you guys are always welcome on the show. Whenever you guys want to come on and promote something, or you guys know anyone who would like to be interviewed, just send them my way. Of course, check out both Chuckklez and Mistadoesha's links down below.
Click the link, spread that thickness, and we love y'all. And also, one more thing, shout out to my brother Ron Bollard for making my face and everything. So we'll be making some more masks too, man. He definitely deserves that shit.
Shout out to my parents for making my face.
Shout out to my parents for making my real face too. God damn it, they got to earn that credit.
Hell yeah! Well, thank you guys, and and have a good Gore Fest and enjoy yourselves, guys. Be safe.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Love you, brother.
And I think my girl wants to say something.
Hey.
Hey.
How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. How about yourself?
Good, thanks. Enjoyed the show. Glad you guys could make it.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, it's an honor. Thank you all.
She's one of my biggest influences too. She's one of the people that keeps pushing me, and the comments you guys say always keeps me going.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. You gotta have that, man.
Gotta have that. I got that too. Mrs. Doja does it for me. And like I said, my youngins does it all. My daughter's been knocking at the door since we've been in here. Daddy, you done yet? Daddy, you done yet? I'm like, oh Lord.
Hell yeah. Well, you guys have a good night and salute.
Salute.
Bye.
Salute.
Peace out.
Peace.
Let's see here. There you go. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Dude, thank you very much for this, brother. It really means a lot, man, for real.
Hell yeah. You're always welcome on the show anytime, bro.
Got you on that, brother. And hopefully see you at any live event. If you got that thing going in Colorado, just hit me up anytime, bro.
Yep. Or like I said, we'll definitely we should try to get something set up down here in Florida, because Scum told me that. He's like, I need you to revitalize the scene down there in Florida.
Definitely do it up, man. You're doing grind mode like no other, man. I respect you for that, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, brother. Much love to y'all, man. I hope to see you soon, man.
Later.
Night.
Peace.
And that was Mistadoesha and Chuck. So that was a very fun interview. It's cool. So if there's anything else, I will just touch on some topics, and then me and the missus are going to go eat some dinner, eat some pizza, chill in our living room, and we are going to watch the new Thor, because we haven't watched it yet. Because we got a nice-ass TV in the living room. That's all you need to know. So yeah, let's share some topics. Because Amanda comes in here for the topics, which is cool too. Of course, once again, make sure you go pick up your Don Chaos and Carnival Spirit swag at Storefront Tier. Again, Gorefest going on starting tomorrow all the way into Sunday. There's the full lineup. And yeah, you can expect Mistadoesha and Chuckklez. They are performing there. And shout outs to King Zab and his show that he does, the King Zab Show, which is on YouTube. Definitely go check it out. He has a very great show where he interviews people. Of course, we had him here on the Hours of Chaos podcast. And yeah, what else do we got? Again, let's get Darby to perform one of the nights of the ICP Bloody Sunday show. Let's make that happen. Because Darby's the homie. He's the brother. He's the Florida brother. Yes, son. What else do we got? Oh, yes. And next Thursday, you guys can expect. You guys are going to still see the trailer, and I hope you guys still tune into the trailers when I premiere them, because I do put in a lot of work into those trailers too. But yes, next Thursday, we will be joined by Maisie 666 of Scythe the Gang. She will be joining us next Thursday, and also the following Thursday. You can expect, where is it? Sick will be the next guest. And then the following Thursday, we will be joined by GRE's own Uncle Phoenix. Yeah. And yeah. Darby is dropping his album, The Tomb, very soon. Little EP, what you might say. And are you excited, babe?
For what?
Darby's new release.
Oh, yes.
It has that production by Devereaux.
Devereaux.
You can expect Darby to be performing at Gorefest 2. I don't know if Dev is going to be there DJing for Darby, but if so, you can expect to see Devereaux there. And Devereaux, if you're not there, let's hang out sometime, bro. Yeah. You have anything to clarify, honey?
Nope.
And what do you think of this set list for what Shaggy's doing this Halloween in Detroit? You got Shaggy performing DJ Clay, you have Hex, you have Straight Jacket, and you have Trey Pounds, which is Shaggy's little brother.
That sounds cool.
That's a very good lineup show.
Yeah.
That's Chapter 17, Psychopathic, Monstar Entertainment, and Armed Robbery Entertainment, all performing, doing this show together, because fuck that underground divide shit, because here we're all about underground unity. Yeah. And yeah, if you guys, make sure you guys check the links down below to our guests, to where you guys can hear their music, where you can buy their merch, where you can follow them on social media. Links down to your boys' social medias, as well as Amanda Panda, aka Lady Chaos's social medias. And yeah, I am Mr. D to the O to the N to the C to the H to the A to the O to the S. Your friendly neighborhood JUGGALO, the Karma Millionaire. If you don't know, now you know. And if you still don't know,
Your
mom's a hoe. Later, y'all. Deuces.